Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Broku, and welcome back to another Dragon Ball video. Today I want to talk about my main issues with Dragon Ball Super. So before we get into this video, I just want to tell you guys, I do love this show. It has been very, very amazing. And as a big Dragon Ball fan, I believe this is what the community needed after not having a show since the 1990s. But I do have some major gripes with this series, and that is what I want to talk about in this video. But also, guys, tell me what you don't like in Dragon Ball Super so that we can get this discussion going. One more thing, I'm going to be streaming tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific time on my gaming channel, streaming some Fortnite. That'll be linked in the description to check that out. So please stay tuned for that on Broku Gaming. Okay, so Dragon Ball Super started in the summer of 2015. And there was a lot of hype surrounding it. The fandom was going crazy over finally getting a new series after such a long wait. Also, after how bad Dragon Ball GT's reputation was. A lot of people hated that show. It was a long time coming for something new and something good to get that bad taste out of our mouth. And that leads to the first issue. My first main issue with the series is that the first two sagas, or the first 28 episodes, are rehashes of the two movies, Battle of the Gods and Revival of Frieza. They're essentially 95% the same story, and same fights, same storylines, everything like that, but they stretch it out from one movie to essentially 14 episodes apiece. Now yes, these need to be canon to the story, but they could have at least shortened it to get the nitty-gritty of the series, and just keep in mind that that means that over 21% of the entire Dragon Ball Super show is just rehashes of the two films. That is too much of a portion in my opinion. And I feel like they should have just picked up the story after the Battle of the Gods and Revival of F films and just made them official canon, and instead of remaking it to change the story, just work the story around it. It easily could have been done, and you could have just retconned things. And so my next point, and I really think it's a major one that is underrated, and it does really make me mad, and so over the entirety of this show, we've only had one new villain, and essentially two villains overall. That new villain was Goku Black, or Zamasu, and really only two true villains in the entire show. Really, for this entire 131 episodes, multiple different sagas, and we get one new villain, and only two of the sagas even feature a villain? And Frieza was an old villain. This is his third time back, and fourth time if you count Dragon Ball GT as well. And I don't count the copy Vegeta. He is technically a villain, but that's filler, and he's not a major villain either. So let's go through this. Beerus wasn't a villain. He's a god of destruction. He isn't evil. And Frieza is an old villain. Hit is not a villain, just an adversary in the tournament. Then there is the new villain, Goku Black or Zamasu. And now we are in the Tournament of Power, where the only villain is Jiren. And he's not even a villain. He's a superhero, for Christ's sake. While Goku Black is my favorite villain in the entire Dragon Ball universe now, there are still much more possibilities they could have went with, like the Makaio-shin or the Demon Realm. Like, bring in demons and shit. That would have been awesome. And another thing is that this suffers partially the same problem as Dragon Ball GT did. GT, people call GT Goku time because it's all about Goku. Well, you can call Super GVT because it's Goku Vegeta time. Although, it's not nearly as bad because it's split between Goku and Vegeta, but also, they do put a little bit more effort and focus on the surrounding characters, just not as much as they did in Dragon Ball Z, and as much as they should have in Dragon Ball Super. And they made Gohan a literal bitch again in Revival of F, and just completely left him out of the picture until after the Universe 6 saga when he started training again. And then all of a sudden, he's a Super Saiyan Blue level fighter? What? And that brings me to my next point. The random power-ups in the show that don't make any sense. Now, some of these can be explained, like Frieza and Android 17. Frieza's a prodigy and Android 17 has high potential because he's an android. Although, more explanation would have been great to surround these two characters, and more backstory to explain it, and that would have made more sense for everyone, then there would have been no issue. But they didn't. We kind of just had to, like, essentially use some headcanon and expand upon the information that was given. Now, I know Goku was suppressed, but really, Super Saiyan Blue Goku versus Krillin, also the Universe 6 Saiyans being essentially God level without even having God Ki or doing the God Ritual just because they're more evolved. Now, I get it. the Saiyans could be extremely strong if they actually were good. They fought alongside each other and they eventually evolved. But to be God level, that doesn't make any sense, and that needs to be explained even further. I don't think high potential and further evolved equals billions of times stronger. So the extreme power growth in the characters in Dragon Ball Super is leaps and bounds beyond the power increase from beginning of Z to the end of Z. Now I won't get into exact numbers or anything, as I will leave that reserved for a different video, but really, Super Saiyan God Goku, a ritual makes you potentially billions of times stronger, faster. It's kind of BS that Goku from the beginning of Super in his base form, after he does a ritual and absorbs the God form, is likely stronger than Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Like, what the hell? This almost makes all of Goku's previous struggles pointless with these power-ups. Goku in his base form is so powerful that he's even much stronger than a hypothetical Super Saiyan 3 Vegito. Remember how strong Super Saiyan 1 Vegito was in Dragon Ball Z against Buhan? Well, imagine being 8 times stronger as a Super Saiyan 3, and base Goku many times stronger than that. To bring up Super Saiyan God once again, I didn't like that it was the lesser form between Super Saiyan Blue and Ultra Instinct. Not only does Super Saiyan God look cooler than Blue, in my opinion, it sounds better, and it looks better, and it sounds stronger too. Super Saiyan God versus Super Saiyan Blue. What sounds better? What sounds stronger? What sounds more epic? Super Saiyan God. In my opinion, this is how the form should have been handled in Dragon Ball Super. So what should happen is Goku does the ritual, goes Super Saiyan God, and fights Beerus. But as a Super Saiyan God, he's actually close, or sort of close, in the same realm of power as Beerus in that fight. He then absorbs it, making him far stronger, and then gives him some minor God. But the training with Whis is to try and bring back the ultimate power of Super Saiyan God once again. Along the way, their first step is to be able to tame the Super Saiyan God form, is learning God Ki, to which they use this with Super Saiyan Blue. They can explain it by saying that they can't access God Ki fully without going Super Saiyan. Then after this phase, they learn Ultra Instinct, but Ultra Instinct is its own sort of form. They just do it naturally and no special aura. Then finally at the very end, Goku and Vegeta can go Super Saiyan God once again. And that's the final form, the most powerful form, that teamed up with Ultra Instinct, or not teamed up, combined with Ultra Instinct, defeats Jiren or Beerus or whatever. I think that would have been much better. I mean, Super Saiyan God versus Super Saiyan Blue. I don't like the way they did that. And my final gripe is the lack of explanation of transformations. We have Super Saiyan Rage Trunks. Barely know anything about it. Essentially everything we know about it, besides that Trunks get this because he's really mad, is that it's the headcanon is that, oh, it's his form mixed with his ascended Super Saiyan form, mixed with Berserk, mixed with God Ki. But that's all we know. Then there's Limit Breaker Blue Vegeta, which we don't know anything about, except it's just much more powerful than Blue. And there's Berserk Kale, and then her also like mastered Berserk. We don't know anything about it. But anyways, guys, tell me what you think of Dragon Ball Super. I love this show, but what are your main issues with it? Let me know down below. So leave a like if you enjoyed, comment telling what you think, subscribe if you are new, turn on notifications to see more of my videos, join my Discord, and follow me on Twitter. And I gotta say, thanks to BardockStyle for my banner on my YouTube channel. Now, I forgot to credit this guy, it was like a month ago, but I actually had credited him in a video I recorded, but I ended up not deciding to create the video. So me actually recording it, I thought that I had actually credited him, but I need to do this now. So thank you, BardockStyle, for the banner. A link to his channel is in the description if you do want to go check him out. And thanks to all my Patreon supporters, Zachrotaku and Hodag Hunter. Those are my Super Saiyans. Thanks to my Super Saiyan 2s, Darius, Israel Flores, Dutch Gamer Monkey, Connor Trigg, Locke, Gerald Herbert, Anime Paradox, Griffin Jacob, and Mystic Ghoul. And thanks to my Super Saiyan 3s, Scotland Serenity, Daraj Payton, Sin Overlord 17, Badass Thug, and the really awesome dude that only supports Broku on Patreon. And thanks to my new Patreon supporter, Shug Red. Thank you guys so much for all the support on my Patreon. It really does mean a lot, and it really does help me out. Hope you guys all have an amazing day. Peace out.